I'm with Chris Birch at Modiphius, and we're going to talk a little bit about what you brought to the game, to Spiel in Essen this year, and what is new. And I think the thing that you're showing off a lot is the Doom Arena board game. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
So it's going on Kickstarter on Tuesday this week. It is 2 games. There's Doom Original, because lots of us played way too much Doom back in the 90s and remember all the pixelated versions. We've also got Doom Dark Ages, so if you play the game this year, more of a fantasy theme. So they're both standalone starter sets, or you can mix and match the components, play some different creatures, enemies. It's an arena game. It's not a co-op dungeon crawl, which is what we've done a lot of. So this is very much a very fast-playing arena game where you might be the Doom guy, I'll be the demons.
Oh, okay.
We play a 15-minute round. The more demons you kill, it powers up your abilities. And then at the end of the 15 minutes, we both get points to spend on upgrades. You're going to be buying more cool weapons and armor. I'm going to be, shall I get more demons or bigger demons?
Okay.
And then we play another 10 or 15-minute round. We get another winner, and then we get more points to upgrade. And then we play a final round, again, 10 or 15 minutes. So it's about a 40, 45-minute game. Or you can just play one round if you want a quick battle. So it's very, very fast-playing, very simple game. Because we really wanted to try and dial back all that crazy complexity we've done before, lots of people do. This is a game that you can really pick up and play very fast. So that will be... on Kickstarter, there's 2 editions, actually, because not everyone has got the money for a miniatures game. So there's a standee version and a plastics version. So acrylic standees, because for some people they're great. And then there's the miniatures version as well, if you want to maybe paint the miniatures, or, that's just your preference.
Yeah, but I like that you offer both, because like the big miniature games, they've priced some people out of actually getting them. So
we're trying to dial it back, so the base game isn't a huge game with all the stretch goals in it, and we're not planning loads of stretch goals because this is going to go to retail afterwards. So we're actively not trying to do all those things that would get more people day one, loads and loads, hundreds of stretch goals. This is designed to have a nice little package, and then it's going to go through retail later this year. Sorry, next year, of course.
Yeah. Later this year would be a very tight schedule.
Very quick. If only.
Oh yeah, let's talk about a few other things that are coming up or that are recent. You started in on the 2nd edition of the Star Trek Adventures game. How's that coming along? What are we going to be looking forward to?
So there's the Explorer's Guide, is the latest book. We're not just taking all the old books and changing the rules and putting 2nd edition on them. We wanted to do something quite different, and actually the old books are still compatible.
Okay.
Like, you can still use them. So we wanted to do something new and fresh. So there's the technical manual, the Explorer's Guide. So we're trying to weave our way around the other books and provide something new and fresh for players. So
that's nice, not buying the same books again.
Yeah.
And last year we talked a lot about dreams and machines, and we also played it at Orkenspalter TV, and I really liked the take on like a positive vibe post-apocalyptic game. So it's out by now. What is like the schedule? What are you looking forward to doing with it?
So there's I know we do them in waves of 2 books. So there's a campaign book and a setting book. So the setting moves the story on with our whole storyline on Avira Prime. The campaign book, it gives you all the whole missions, like a whole series of connected missions. So the very latest one that we've been doing takes you to this famous location in Avira Prime where the very last messages came from the resistance against the machines, and another message has come. And so it's like, oh my God, we thought they were all dead. So you're going to see what happened, and can you find this secret fabled location. So it's a really exciting, big, epic finale to the series of books at the moment. So.
Very nice. And you've got a huge Discworld standee on here. We already played the Quickstarter, but what's going on with Discworld? When are we going to see the books?
Well, we've been sending the PDFs out to all the backers. So we're just going through the final prep for, it's all the boring logistics. People will pay for their shipping. And then we ship the Kickstarter in the new year once all the production's over in China. And then we've got a whole new range. It's a retail-only range. So the way we did this Kickstarter is everything in a Kickstarter is exclusive, and everything that's coming to retail is exclusive to retail. So, because often for shops, they're like, well, everyone bought it in the Kickstarter, why should I get it? So we're like, no, we're giving you something different. So they're getting a beautiful little digest version of the rulebook that's a lot easier for carrying around. They're getting a standalone Cohen the Barbarian book. So kind of Discworld's, fantasy. A starter box, again, very designed for retail. So that's coming out next summer. And there's more to come for Discworld, which we'll be able to share in the coming months.
But what I'm kind of hearing with you talking about how you go about the Kickstarters, about the crowdfundings these days, is that you're looking to give the brick and mortar shops and the people who go there something of their own and not to go all in on crowdfunding.
Yeah, I mean, I think what a lot of people don't realize is, but you're a huge company, why do you need to use crowdfunding? But actually, most of us are actually quite small, and the costs of doing particularly board games like this, you can imagine the amount of plastic tooling that's needed in China to get it to work. And with all the tariffs in place at the moment, I mean, we have to cost everything with a 30% tariff into America. And who knows what's going to happen. So there's a lot of unpredictability. And distribution, I mean, going into some boring logistics, but distribution don't order the kind of quantities that let us go, well, we don't need a crowdfunding. Crowdfunding works in both ways. There's when I started, I had Acton Cthulhu, my little passion project. I had a bit of art, I had a great idea, and everyone supported me, to do that and set up the company. And then you've got the bigger companies who are like, this game doesn't work if we just sell it to distribution. It's too expensive. So we put it on crowdfunding, and our vision for crowdfunding is like, all right, we'll do a short crowdfunding. We're going to have a few deluxe upgrades for the people who come and support us at the beginning. But we also believe that, games don't work if they're not in shops. Yeah. Shops do all the work of demoing the game and telling people, because most people are not on Kickstarter or Facebook or YouTube. They just go to their local shop, and we really rely on shop owners telling their friends, hey, I remember you said you like Doom. I've got a game for you, and so we've got to work with them to support them. So it's a mixed plan to just, we need that support to know we've covered all the basic, really big, expensive costs, and then we can, work with retailers. So it's a tricky thing.
But it seems you're doing things right, because I remember first time talking to you when Achtung Cthulhu was coming out, and now look at the Modiphius booth and how many things you're doing.
Yeah, just a few more games. Yes. Yeah.
A few more. Yeah. And you finally answered the question, does it run Doom? Yes, paper and miniatures run Doom too.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh. And kind of coming full circle with the Achtung Cthulhu, because you have come out with Co-host Cthulhu, yes. And there are connections about the Atlanta storyline. Yes. And since we just did the review, people are really interested in asking, is there coming more? Is there going to be storyline to follow?
So the whole Co-host Cthulhu range is coming out in retail at the moment. We're just opening news for you is an EU web store. Yeah. Ooh, nice. With local EU shipping from the Netherlands. And of course, at the moment, you have to buy from our web store in the UK, and it's Brexit and complicated and expensive. So that's going to help. But yes, Co-host Cthulhu hits retail very soon. And it's basically the prequel to Acton Cthulhu, but it's Romans teaming up with Germanic barbarians, teaming up with, Greek philosophers. So everyone's got to work together against the mythos. And it's a big build up to a war. And we've also got the miniatures game, a solo co-op miniatures game. So we've got a very nice range of Germanic heroes and warriors and priestesses and Roman characters, and you can use any historical Roman figures that you've got already if you're a wargamer. And the RPG range is building up. We tend to tell a story through the books. So at the moment it's set kind of maybe a year before this big invasion of the mythos in Germania. And then we're working towards other books as well. So we're going to be going to Rome, we're going to Egyptus. So we're going around the Roman world telling more parts of the story, a bit like we do with Acton Cthulhu.
Okay. Yeah, looking forward to that. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Warhammer booth, and we are here to talk about giant Warhammer miniatures. And this is Jules from Weta Workshop.
Hello.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the things that you do together with Warhammer and Warhammer 40k, because we've got some of them here and can take a look at it. She's only been unveiled here at Essen. That's me. I love her. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. How did this happen? How did Weta and Warhammer come together for this project?
Well, good question. About 3 years ago, we partnered with Games Workshop. It took a while to happen. There was a lot of love for Warhammer at Weta Workshop. So many of us, like I'm sure so many of you out there, started with the Warhammer hobby, and then we sort of Lord of the Rings came along and we got to continue our love with fantasy. So when we got to partner with Warhammer, to us it felt like a natural thing to do. Yeah, it felt like the most organic, awesome thing we could do. So we're very, very honoured and very happy to be doing it.
Yeah, I mean, quite a few years back, people from Games Workshop were at your place and looking at all the designs for the Lord of the Rings game, and now you've been looking at their designs. It's like an exchange.
It's like a full circle thing. Like the two companies, I feel, share a lot of very common DNA with a love of narrative, a love of fantasy storytelling, and just great characters.
Yeah, let's talk about the characters, because if you are going in for this high, also high price, but also high quality and giant size miniatures with the statues, you have to choose wisely which to do. How do you choose among the thousands of character models that they have?
That's one of the most fun bits of the entire process. It's collaborative with Games Workshop. So we have conversations with them. We put together a list of characters that we want to do. We show it to them. They give us feedback on what they think. And then over sort of several conversations, we just whittle down until we find something that works for both of us.
Yeah. And then I was about to ask what you like about Games Workshop designs, about Warhammer designs, but kind of looking at that you have the Saints and Scene underneath, it might be bad as women in great art.
There's always enthusiasm if we can portray strong female characters in a fantasy narrative. It's not the reason to choose a character, but if it works, it always makes us smile. And yeah, golden armor, it's so cool.
Yeah, I think also about you don't just kind of remake the miniature as it exists. You repose them, you decide how to show them and what to do. Do you have some info about what you decided to put on the base for Neve?
Yeah, sure. So with every piece we do, we're trying to tell a narrative. We think story is at the heart of everything. So the base on this one, we're depicting a battlefield. There's been a battlefield for a long time. At some point there's Oryx. She's still fighting Oryx, as you can tell by the arrows. There's an old Ardboy helmet buried in the soil from a long time ago, and an old battlement that would have been on the back of an Oryx war mount. So really we just try and find a way that we can tell a sort of self-contained story in the diorama.
Okay. And looking at her, she's made of lots of different materials, because you have the see-through, the gems, and everything. Oh, wow.
We try and... So we always start with the mini, like it's the best reference we can have. So we start with the mini and we'll scan it. If it's going to be a digital sculpt, sometimes we'll do what we call a traditional sculpt out of clay. But if it's digital, we'll scan the mini, and then we always like to make our stuff grounded and believable, like it could exist, it could be real. So we change the proportions slightly. All of this, we get approvals from Games Workshop, but we work very, very closely. We've become quite good friends. We have a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls. But we want our armor and our portraits and the environment to look as if it could be real.
Okay. The last question is, what kind of audience are you aiming for this? Because this, I mean, I do have a Neve, but she's like 28 millimeters tall. And this is going to be a little bit more pricey.
It is.
And what kind of people, what kind of collectors are these?
So they're they are aspirational pieces. They do come with it is a higher price point, but it does take a small army of artists to make these, and obviously we want to pay the artists and honor the great work. So we're aiming at fans, like people that are super in love with these characters and these worlds, and they want a symbol in their house that they can look at to remind them every day of their love and their passion.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to what comes next.
Thank you so much.
You probably can't hint at what is going to happen, but there's more
Absolutely
coming.
cannot, but I can guarantee you there's a lot more coming, and I hope it makes many of you smile.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.